All right, so I've been looking at the side of the truck here and trying to find something to doll this up. We obviously can't do a high to def because of the size of Kenworth fuel tanks. So I've been talking to the guys over at the fab shop. We're gonna make a cover for the def tank. And I think while we're at it, we'll pull the fuel tanks and paint the end caps red, leave the centers polished. We might even give it a little bit of a higher shine with that polish. We'll make a def tank, just kind of copy the fuel tanks with the polished center and painted ends. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and strip down the battery boxes and the DPF cover, and we'll paint the end caps, you know, give some nice stainless treatment to the steps on that. Normally I would get Brian's approval before we did this, but I can't get a hold of him, so just gonna go ahead and run with it and beg for forgiveness later.
2 weeks later.
All right guys, so you can see here we've got our tanks back from paint. Painted just the end caps on both tanks. Give these tanks down here some depth and dimension. It looks really good. The next thing I've got here is this depth cover I built. Same thing as the fuel tanks. We painted the sides, polished the center. This will just cover that plastic depth tank. We've got to remove that stainless cover that was on it. So this here will be an easy mount on here. Just needs to fit right over the tank and bolt onto it where that stainless cover had gone. Find a chrome cap to put on that too before we call it done. That looks so much better than having just that stainless cover on that black tank. It just kind of blends right there in with them. Really good look. All right, so we got our fuel tanks on finally. Got them fueled back up. Got the nice lifetime fuel cap covers on it. And now we've got cab and sleeper panels and some underglow lighting we're going to put on it. This was a factory panel that we placed with the painted aluminum one because it used to be stainless. Underneath here, these are the new legendary dual tone lights available in a variety of colors. These here are amber to red. And I've put those in a stainless cab panel I've made here. Just a little stainless trim. It'll kind of match the trim that's going to go on the bottom of the sleeper. So to put these on, this here will just go right back on its place under the cab. And then all these threaded holes is all we need to do to reattach these. All right, so now getting back to the sleeper panel, and this is our 3-inch stainless sleeper panel that comes from Phoenix. And these have a nice metal tab strip that you can see I got certain hucks cut out of here. And this panel here will bolt right up into place and then gives us a surface to mount our panels to because it has a flat surface up here on top also. Now, in doing that with the underglow, you can see I got these legendary lights put into these strips here. And this strip that they're put into is this kind of a universal strip that we have. We make them right here. They're available in various lengths. It's a CSM light bracket with bulkhead style light holes. These are made to go under cab panels and sleeper panels, but it's also universal. You could use this under the frame, you know, under boxes, inside the cab, or you know, wherever you wanted to put some bulkhead light. And I'm going to do is bolt all of these together and then bolt this up under the sleeper. I've left this bracket a little bit loose because it does have some front to back shiftability on here, so I'll get it mounted, and then once I get everything lined up, I'll tighten it. As you can see, we've got small holes here where the mounting bolts will use, and these large bolts, or these large holes, are made to go around these hut collars on the back side, so you don't have to have a separate little tab for every one. And there's a couple of notches here for where there's a little cross braces underneath there. It's a really, really handy piece to have. Just gonna put it in the right position. I'll throw that one in there first. I was kind of working my way to the ends. This little tab here is one we had to weld on because I had to shorten this a little bit. Normally this panel would have met all the way up to the cab, but since this has exhaust cut out, I ended up having to cut the excess off here and make that radius match. And here's one last little tab I got. This one here catches the end and holds it up. We don't have to take out a whole row and add a long bracket since it's so short. So this one, it's a small tab there. Get that screw and nut on. Now this is why this cab panel is so slim on this side. It's because this DPF cover takes up most of that space. I'm just gonna find my bolt holes. There. Get that bolted down. Alright guys, so here you can see the DPF cover, had the end caps painted of course, and had our guys in a fab shop replace all this aluminum with a tread on it with this smooth piece of stainless that we'd also had punched in this diamond pattern that matches the diamonds inside the interior. It looks really good, and we did the same thing with the battery box cover on the driver's side. Then we went ahead and added our Chrome Shop Mafia step plates. These are something we build here in-house. This one's got the red powder coated frame with the stainless insert with the Tommy gun logo in it. Alright, we got it all installed all together. together, let's flip on the switch and check out these lights. Obviously we got these dual tone legendary lights. There's our amber underglow, and let's flip the switch, and there's our underglow now in a red color. Wow, look at that. This looks really sharp, and I think that this truck came out looking great. That was just a big boost to the looks of the side of this truck. Now we'll go on ahead and move to the next project.